Nothing screams Americana like a gentleman behind a counter in shirt sleeves, a tie, and an apron. It's the kind of old-school shopkeeper look you used to see on the local grocer. That look meant service you could trust. Good old-fashioned mom-and-pop professionalism captured by Norman Rockwell. It made you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. This weekend, Trump swapped out his suit jacket for an apron and clocked into a shift at McDonald's.
My first day at McDonald's. I'm looking for a job. Okay.
Yes, you got it. Can I help?
And then out the oil, shake, and then back into the oil. Very nice.
Let's do it.
Very good. And then you can hang that one right back over there. Thank you. Salt first. And then just one dump, no movement. Good, good, good. Right over.
Never touched by a human hand. Nice and clean. Of course, my hands are nice and clean. This guy's a good instructor.
I appreciate it.
Wow. I'm going to give a really big one so that, look at that, they're just pouring out of there. How good is that?
Donald at McDonald's. It's as American as apple pie. And they have those there, too. They're good. The blonde hair, the red tie, matching the golden arches and the box of fries. And then he started working the drive-thru.
And there'll be no charge. Trump is paying for it. Is that okay?
2024.
Oh, you ordered some extra stuff.
Oh, okay, great.
This is all on Trump.
Oh, all of Trump.
I'm allowed to do that, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Let's check and make sure it's
Okay.
everything you said it would be.
It better be. It's going to be the best you ever. I made it myself. This is fun. I could do this all day. I wouldn't mind this job. I like this job. I think I might come back and do it again.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Mr.
Look at that. How are you?
Thank you, Mr. President.
Nice to see you. Hi, darling. How are you?
You made it possible for ordinary people like us to meet.
You're not ordinary. No, this is compliments of Trump, okay?
Yes, thank
Okay,
you.
honey.
Mr. President,
Yes.
please don't let the United States become Brazil, my native Brazil.
We're going to make it better than ever, okay?
A photo's worth 1,000 words, but in politics could be worth 1,000,000 votes. Because this image at a Pennsylvania McDonald's was taken not far from another iconic moment in Butler, fight, fight, fight. And the other in a Fulton County jail. The three most powerful images of the election, all of one man, now seared into the American psyche like a sizzling quarter pounder and branded like a steer into the American culture, certifying the 2024 election as the most mesmerizing race of our lifetime. There's something aristocratic about a billionaire president taking your order at a fast food drive-thru. He kept his tie on, his cufflinks on, didn't pretend to be middle class like most politicians. What made it even more authentic is that Trump has a middle class palate. No one likes McDonald's more than 45. There's also something artistic. It reminds you of an Andy Warhol painting, like political pop art, embracing mass marketing and a great American brand. Trump has completely identified himself as America. Good luck running against America. Andy Warhol once said, quote, "I've always thought that the president could do so much here to help change images. If the president would go into a public bathroom in the Capitol and have the TV cameras film him cleaning the toilets and saying, 'Why not? Somebody's got to do it,' then that would do so much for the morale of the people who do the wonderful job of keeping the toilets clean." This humble display of affection for Happy Meals and the tilt of the cap to the American work ethic was also done with a wink to our dear lady Kamala, who claimed to have worked at McDonald's without any evidence.
Mr. President, you actually have worked at McDonald's now versus...
Now I have worked at McDonald's. I've now worked for 15 minutes more than Kamala.
Are you going to put this on your
I
resume?
never worked here.
Why would she lie about something like that? Will it be put on your resume?
I worked at McDonald's.
Why would she lie about that?
Why? Because she's lying, Kamala. That's why.
One candidate served fries, the other served lies.
Madam Vice President, do you work at a McDonald's?
McDonald's confirms that they have no record of Harris ever working there. So we're just going to have to take her word for it because Kamala Harris never lies about anything. Breaking news, Rick Grinnell says 51 intel agents say Kamala definitely did work at McDonald's. McDonald's even invited Kamala to flip some burgers too, but she hasn't shown up. Donald Trump respects the taste of the American people. Kamala Harris doesn't. She says she knows better. Drive this car, don't watch this show. You're racist if you like borders. She thinks Trump's crazy for listening to music at a rally. Kamala's no fun, is she? Maybe she used to be, but not anymore. They want to throw Trump in jail again.
Trump also stopped by a McDonald's in Bucks County today, where he worked briefly as a fry cooker, without a hairnet, I might add. He also said he was paying for some of the meals. How is that not a campaign finance violation?
Campaign finance violation. Kamala's giving black guys $20,000 welfare checks. Biden bribing college grads, paying off their loans. But Trump picks up a guy's Big Mac and they want to press charges? 94 counts for 94 fries. And without a hairnet, I might add. Jonathan, do you hear yourself? Brian Stelter, for security reasons, Trump's McDonald's visit was carefully staged ahead of time with drive-through customers selected and screened by Secret Service. Yeah, really? You think Trump's driving through Pennsylvania and just saw McDonald's and said, pull over, I'm hitting the kitchen? What's more staged? Trump working the drive-through at Mickey D's or the entire Biden presidency? He got a cheat sheet every press conference. They built a fake White House set for him. You want to see staged? I'll show you staged. Look at Nancy and Chuck in their African tribal attire on their knees at the Capitol. Remember that? Look at Schumer grilling up burgers. Slab of cheese on the raw patty. Kamala can't even buy Doritos without staging it.
Doritos. Ah, Dougie, there they are. Yeah. Thank you.
I know you want those.
You see corn nuts over there, Tim? Oh, yeah, that's the big.
There you go.
Scintillating. Kamala got caught staging a town hall just an hour ago. Watch.
You're not, unfortunately. We have some predetermined questions, and hopefully I'll be able to ask some of the questions that might be in your head. I hope so.
Everyone in Kamala's town hall is a prop who's supposed to keep their mouth shut and leave the questions to consultants. Kamala has a problem with men, right? So why isn't she talking to them? Why isn't Harris at a football game? Howard University, her alma mater. Big game this Saturday against Norfolk State. Young men watch Saturday Night Live. When's Harris doing a cameo, huh? The truth is that Kamala's written men off, and she farmed half the population out to little Timmy and her husband Doug. Meanwhile, Trump's up in the barbershops.
You have all this, equipment, and all of that electric equipment that he's using on your beautiful head of hair. You have a good-looking head of hair. I'm jealous. Look at that flat top. I'd have a flat top. I wish I had a flat top. You never had a hair loss problem, did you? It's lucky. He's one of those gifted ones.
So last night after McDonald's, Trump was in Pittsburgh watching the Steelers-Jets game. November 3rd, Lions-Packers, games in Green Bay. Harris can go watch from a suite. Tom Brady's announcing. Go swing by for a pick. Why am I even giving her advice? It's so obvious. The WNBA Finals just ended. It went to 5 games. How many games did Kamala attend? 0. It was even New York versus Minnesota. Her running mates from Minnesota. The guys, they could have gone together. What's wrong with her? All she does is just criticize Trump. What was she doing this weekend while Trump was slinging nuggets and watching football? She threw herself a celebrity birthday party.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I mean, if Stevie could have seen Trump at the drive-thru, you know he'd be voting for Republicans. Kamala has Stevie. Trump has Antonio Brown. The former All-Pro wideout from Pittsburgh is registering voters at the tailgate Sunday.
I know the media is going to call me crazy, me and Trump crazy for having me speaking here, but I want to make this clear. We are not. They are. You know Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, do you really know they want to put tampons in the boys' bathroom? Is that crazy?
Democrats are now saying if black men don't vote for Kamala, they're not getting lucky.
Hello, ladies. I'm Trey. It's good to be here.
What do you do and how much do you make?
I work in finance, making six figures.
How tall are you?
6'5".
Do you have a plan to vote in November?
Nah, not my thing.
If women start using sex as a bargaining chip, Kamala's going to win in a landslide. If women go on a sex strike before this election, I might vote for Kamala. Let's not get carried away here, ladies. Where's the joy? I thought politics was supposed to be fun. The Undertaker gets it.
You need to show more of this part of you, because I really think, you know, you're a guy's guy and a sports fan, and I know you got to have that. I know you got that tough guy persona and that bravado, but I think you know, this is good. This is fun, and I think you know what you've done. You've made politics fun again.
Kamala's closing message is about Trump. Trump's closing message is about you, and it's working. The polls are all tied in the swing states, with Trump having a slim edge and the momentum. CNN says Harris is stalled.
I think there are a lot of folks, such as myself, who think that Donald Trump's unpopularity is baked in. But here's the deal. If you believe that Donald Trump has somehow become less popular over time, let me change your mind about that. In fact, he is more popular at this point in the campaign than he was at this point in the 2020 campaign or the 2016 campaign.
Kamala's campaign's nitpicking Donald about hairnets, his playlist, and Arnold Palmer jokes. Calling Trump unfit and exhausted at this point's weak sauce after he's survived raids, arrests, and bullets. Harris is in the home stretch. She smacks of desperation. Dave Bossie says these are not the moves of a successful candidate with momentum in the last weeks of a campaign. These are the pathetic decisions of an army of Washington insiders wondering if they should have just stuck with President Biden after all. Kamala's now in the same place Hillary was. She's unrelatable and angry. She even sounds like Hillary.
I am sick and tired of the negative, dark, divisive, dangerous vision and behavior of people who support Donald Trump. It is time for us to say no. We are not going backwards. We're going forward.
I think Kamala's just jealous that Trump looked better in an apron. Who wore it better? Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.